Hi, my name is Steve Martin, and I'm the founder and president of Agility Guides. I'm here to continue the conversation about assessments. Now, from a prior video, you now know that an assessment can be a fantastic tool to help you and your organization quickly and very systematically discover areas of improvement or opportunities of things that you want to explore. So in this video, I'm going to focus on things that you might want to know about and perhaps do before your actual assessment. So let's go ahead and get started. Talk about some things that you can do to set things up for success before that assessment begins. All right, first thing that you want to be doing is really making sure you've got a clear and crisp reason for why you're doing the assessment, especially what's in it for those participants. This is going to be helpful not only in your communications that you're going to do, but it also ensures that you are asking the right questions in your surveys, in your interviews, and to the right people. Now, speaking of the right people, number two, you want to make sure that you're choosing your participants very, very wisely, because the studies and the data that we collect are only as good as the people who are involved. So make sure that you choose the participants who can really represent cross-functional points of view, and ideally at different levels within your organization. Number three, you want to make sure that you design your assessment to use multiple types of inputs, or what they sometimes call instruments. Now, I typically like to do assessments using two different techniques. Number one, starting off with a general survey, and then number two, narrowing down on certain issues in interviews. Now, from a survey perspective, usually around 20 questions or so, 10 minutes or less to complete, which is not a lot of time to ask folks to invest in what they'd like to see in their own future. And I like to share that survey with as many people as it makes sense to. I want to see a broad range and some large numbers to really get some good trends. And then I like to follow that survey up with interviews with, again, selected cross-functional folks at, again, various levels to dive into those survey results. And by having both those surveys and the interviews, having those together, it's a great way to see if there's any similarities or differences between roles, maybe levels in your organization. And then lastly, communicate. You really want to make sure that the participants know about the assessment, why we're doing that assessment, what's in it for them, what it'll be used for. And when they understand those things, they're more likely to participate and look forward to it than dread it. All right, so summarize what you're going to do before your assessments for greater success. Number one, make sure you know why you're doing your assessment. Number two, make sure you choose the participants wisely. Number three, make sure you have multiple inputs, such as surveys and interviews. And number four, communicate. Have a great communication plan. All right, now that you got your work set up to do the assessment, you're ready to execute that plan, which I'm going to cover in the next video.